In Magic, we often become comfortable playing specific deck archetypes. Maybe, like my wife, you love giant monsters and smashing your opponents with a flight of dragons or stampeding dinosaurs. Maybe you like to take it slow with a Staxy control deck. Sometimes you like to win out of nowhere with a Spellslinger deck. Or perhaps grind value with an Aristocrats deck. But every once in a while, it's fun to take a step out of your comfort zone and build something new and interesting. This was the challenge facing me with today's video: Vhal, Candlekeep Researcher, and Clan Crafter. Before we take a closer look at our commander pairing, I wanted to quickly invite you to like and subscribe if you're not already. If you are subscribed, thank you for helping the channel grow. It really means a lot, and I've been excited with how much growth this channel has experienced. If you're looking for more ways to support this channel, you can head on over to patreon.com or click the link in the description below. After watching the video, of course. Vhal, Candlekeep Researcher is a 4-mana 2/3 legendary human wizard with vigilance. She also has an activated ability where we tap her and add an amount of colorless mana equal to her toughness. However, this mana can't be used to cast spells from our hand. And, like all monocolored legendary creatures from Battle for Baldur's Gate, we can pick a background. For this one, I decided to go with Clan Crafter. Clan Crafter is a 2-mana legendary enchantment that gives our commander another activated ability. If we pay 2 generic mana and sacrifice an artifact, we put a +1/+1 counter on her and draw a card. I wanted an activated ability that made sense with our commander, and also wanted to limit myself by keeping the deck mono blue. The 2 strongest things you can do in Commander are draw cards and generate mana. Vhal, combined with Clan Crafter, checked both of those boxes. I was initially excited at the prospect of tapping Vhal to activate Clan Crafter, sacrificing an artifact and drawing a card. We could then use Animation Module to create a 1/1 Servo artifact token. Then, we could discard the card we drew to Mind Over Matter, untapping Vhal. We could repeat this until we drew our entire deck and then win with Thassa's Oracle or Laboratory Maniac. But I decided to limit myself to a $100 budget, and with Mind Over Matter being about $40, I wasn't able to fit it in the budget. But we do have some fun and interesting combos in the deck. Before we take a look at those combos, we should remember our checklist. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp. 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, and 1 sudden I win card. So our commander gives us mana that can't be used to cast spells from our hand. We can use the mana for activated abilities, or to cast cards that aren't in our hand though. Casting from Exile is mostly a red effect though, but since we're in mono blue, we do have Precognition Field, Future Sight, and Magus of the Future. All of these let us play spells off the top of our library, and Precognition Field also has an activated ability so we can spend the mana generated by our commander. Now, we'll need artifacts to sacrifice to Clan Crafter. Most of them will be tokens, which can be generated by Psi Master Thopterist, Animation Module, Thopter Spy Network, Genesis Chamber, Mirrorworks, the Underworld Cookbook, Access Denied, and Spell Swindle. We also have Liquid Metal Torque to transform anything into an artifact if we're in a pinch and need to draw a card, as well as Ichor Wellspring is a great sacrifice fodder. And for additional artifact shenanigans, we have Salvaging Station and Sculpting Steel. I also wanted to include a few untap effects so we could activate our commander multiple times per turn. So we're running Disciple of the Ring, Hemon's Aura, Thassa's Ire, and Dramatic Reversal. And of course, to pair with the Dramatic Reversal, we're running Isochron Scepter, which offers us another way to spend mana generated by Vhal. For interaction, let's start with Counter Magic. Our counterspells consist of the already mentioned Access Denied and Spell Swindle, as well as Counterspell, Arcane Denial, and Negate. For spot removal, we have Commit Memory, which also serves as Graveyard Hate, Baral's Expertise, Imprisoned in the Moon, and Capsized, which, under the right conditions, is a win con in our deck. For board wipes, we're running Consuming Tide, Washout, and Aetherize. Our card advantage package is intense because we need to dig for both answers and win cons. To start, we have the already mentioned Thopter Spy Network and Ichor Wellspring, Brainstorm, Frantic Search, Windfall, Amory Lurker of the Loch, Captain of the Mindful, Factor Fiction, the Antiquities War, which is also one of our win cons, Thought Monitor, Thoughtcast, Reverse Engineer, Reality Heist, Universal Surveillance, Weatherlight, and Whir of Invention as a tutor. For Mana Ramp, other than Liquid Metal Torque Conceptor, we've also got Ethereum Sculptor, Inspiring Sanctuary, and Heartstone to help us save on mana. High Tide serves as a sort of ritual, as well as Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Everflowing Chalice, Felwar Stone, Sky Diamond, Thought Vessel, and Midnight Clock as mana rocks. To fetch lands, we've got Wayfarer's Bauble, Expedition Map, and Solemn Simulacrum. Finally, we're running a Thrawn Turbine to help activate our abilities on our upkeep, as well as a Gemstone Array. And honestly, Gemstone Array may be the strongest card in our deck. We use the mana generated by Vhal to put counters on it, then remove those counters in order to cast whatever spells we want. In other words, Gemstone Array will most likely be the card we tutor for with Whir of Invention. Additionally, assuming Vhal is big enough, and we have one of our untap effects, we can generate infinite mana, and then use that mana through Gemstone Array to change it from colorless to blue mana, and use that mana to cast spells from our hand. For lands, we're running Myriad Landscape for additional ramp, Reliquary Tower, Mystic Sanctuary, and 32 Islands. Finally, our win cons: Drown in Dreams and Blue Sun Zenith. That's right, we're secretly a mill deck. Okay, not really. We can use these to win the game if we have enough mana, which is possible with our deck, but more than likely we're going to win by outvaluing our opponents. But let's quickly compare our deck list to our checklist. 54 mana sources split between 35 lands and 19 pieces of ramp, counting our commander. 18 pieces of card advantage. 9 pieces of spot removal. 3 board wipes. 1 piece of graveyard hate. 3 sudden I win cards. So our deck checks most of the boxes and is a blast to play. We need time to get the deck up and running, but we have enough interaction and board wipes to slow our opponents down. One of the best interactions we have in our deck is Kefnik, combined with any card that lets us cast from the top of our deck, and Mystic Sanctuary. Kefnik can pick up the Mystic Sanctuary and we can replay it, letting us use mana from our commander to recast the spell from the top of our library and draw cards. We also have an insane amount of card draw, so if I were to upgrade this deck, that's what I'd focus on, winning through drawing our deck. I'd want all 3 lab mana effects in Laboratory Maniac, Thassa's Oracle, and Jace, Wielder of Mysteries. I'd also like to have a copy of Mind Over Matter, which combos very nicely in our deck. We should probably also add Sensei's Divining Top and Scroll Rack. If budget isn't a concern, better counter magic like Force of Will and Fierce Guardianship are also wonderful. We could also include Commander All-Stars, Aristic Study, and Cyclonic Rift, although having infinite mana and Capsize is far more evil. Remember, Cyclonic Rift can't bounce lands, but Capsize can. How are you building Vhal, Candlekeep Researcher? What background caught your eye for her? Or, which commander are you thinking of pairing with Clan Current? Let me know in the comments below. In the meantime, thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor Cute Stuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, there's a link to her Fiverr page below. I post new Commander videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so look forward to more Commander content in the future. Or you can click here for more content. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all again next time on Commander by Dating.